to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
You know, I got tiger blood, man.
Tiger blood, man. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Speaking of tiger blood, I think the mom of the murdered jogger in New York City claimed that her daughter had tiger blood or something like that.
What?
The heart of a lion, or there was some cat references in there. We'll get to that in a little bit. How are you, my friend?
Jungle cat reference?
I believe there were.
The point?
There was a poem involved, some jungle cat references.
I'm well.
Yeah?
Yeah, how about you?
I was on edge. I got to be honest with you, Jay. It was a rough night last night.
Yeah, into the early morn.
Yes.
You were on edge. I was too.
I was alone. I didn't feel alone. I had support staff on call.
Your help desk, me.
I had my help desk.
Two monkeys figuring out which button to push next.
Oh, my God, dude. People don't, like, the way this goes, like, we'll record a show, and then it goes through, we push this button, and then this is supposed to happen, and then we push this button, and that's supposed to happen.
Yeah. We don't know the theory behind it.
Nah.
We just follow this process.
We know that if we successfully click this button, this is supposed to happen. If that doesn't happen,
I guess try it again. I don't know.
we try it again.
Yeah.
We look at each other quizzically. We look at each other and go, "Huh?"
Yeah.
a lot.
We swear sometimes.
Yes.
Vitriol.
And
And
then
that we'll just be like, fuck!
And then when all else fails, once we've tried it, we've exhausted all those options.
We text Kadog.
We text Kadog or Eric Ellenbrook and go, "Help! Help! Help!" And so last night we got done kind of late, and it was
So we sent our nerds home.
all the nerds were gone. We had two nerds here. Kadog
did.
and Henry were here.
And usually those guys will stick around. They'll be like, no, I just want to see through the process. And usually it just goes swimmingly. Nothing.
Yes.
No problem.
Yes, and
Not yesterday.
But yesterday we got a little bit late, so it was like, Kadog's got to work, Henry's got to work. So you guys go ahead. We got this shit. And then, which we're left to our own devices today. This happens all the time. We're not afraid to be left to our own devices. And usually J and E will kind of wrap that. I'll go edit. They'll prepare the post and all that shit. And last night the process was taking forever. It was just like
FTP.
the FTP. We had to go through FileZilla and FTP.
Just a file transfer protocol.
Yeah. We found our file transfer protocol. Found a good one.
Yeah.
And it's doing its thing, but sometimes it takes forever. It's like it's at 2%, and then an hour later it's at 50%. It's just like, fuck. Sometimes it goes faster than other times. So last night it was taking a rather long time.
It was. And so we even sent E home.
We sent E home. And then, I don't know, 20 minutes later, I was like, Jay, this is like, we're down to
You
the
sent
last
me home.
couple monkey steps. Just go home. Even I can handle it from here. I once it finishes, it hits 100%. I click this button. I click
That's
that
all.
button.
At that point,
And
you
it's
literally are
done.
supposed to just have to hit a button.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure it's the proper episode. I didn't accidentally load like last month's episode or something.
We've done that before.
Yeah, right. So,
Not
you know.
for a long time, though.
No. And so anyway, I'm sitting here by myself, and it's taking forever. You're on your way home. It's closing in on midnight at this point. And all of a sudden, it gets to 100%, and then immediately goes back to 1%. And at that point, I was just like, oh, no.
Jay didn't
They've
say
left
this was
me
supposed to
in
happen.
charge. Oh, no. What do we do now? And so I sat here. I immediately did my first thing where I went, oh, no. Now what do I do? There's not a nerd within 100 miles of here.
And while I had invited you to call me if there was anything wrong, I kind of just shut my phone off and threw it on vibrate and was listening to the radio. And then I saw a missed call from Miguel. I'm like, oh no, oh no.
So you called me back, and you were kind of like, huh, that's weird. And so we went through that whole game of that's weird.
Yeah, God.
Never done that
God,
before.
Computers or something, aren't they?
I immediately get to my defensive nature where I feel like I have to stress the point, like, dude, I didn't click anything.
I did it right.
I didn't do anything. I swear to God, I was sitting right where you left me. You left me sitting at the captain's chair, and I swear to God, I didn't touch anything.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the fact that you didn't question me on that. And
No,
you didn't read me the riot act. Like, come on, dude. It's just me and you. Tell me, what did you click? What did you click? And so anyway, it goes through the whole process. And finally, Jay's just like, well, just see if it's loaded. See if it's loaded. And so I went through the process and it verified. And so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it worked. And then what I didn't tell you was that I started listening back to it because it loaded to our site
Yeah.
at midnight last night or 11:45 something. And so I start listening to it and I'm just like, okay, let's just make sure the whole thing's here. And so I start fast forwarding. I get to the very end. I'm like, there's about a minute left in content here. And I could swear there's more show left than... I remember this conversation. Hell, we just had it an hour ago. And I could swear there was more than a minute left in this show. And then all of a sudden it just died.
And you responded,
Oh, no! Now what do I do?
just imagine.
And so, it was back to, I went through my channels and I immediately called you again after going, oh, no.
Yeah.
And you had me do some things, but I went rogue and I was like, dude, it's FileZillaing again. And so I'm just going to let this play out because it eventually loaded to iTunes and it just wasn't there. It wouldn't play.
Yeah.
So we would have had a lot of pissed off people this morning.
I was about to advise you to shut it down
Yeah.
below on the cord.
Yeah, there you go. The old turn it on, turn it off.
Plug it back in, wait 15 seconds.
Yeah, wait 15 seconds.
That was going to be my next recommendation, but you solved it. Good job, Miguel.
Well, dude, it was the only reason was by the time I got you back on the phone, because again, I think you'd put your phone on vibrate and set it down. So I had to call you to no avail, and then you call me back.
I
but
did.
At that point, it was at like 77%. I'm like, dude, I see where you're going with this. I would love to click the X button, unplug everything, blow on it, wait 15 seconds, and plug it back in. But I'm going to ride this thing out and see what happens if it gets to 100%.
You went with your gut.
I went with my gut, and it worked. And all of a sudden, everything came back magically.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're even explaining this to the listener. This is of no concern because it didn't fail.
It was transparent to them,
But
this whole thing.
It could have. Yeah, so you could just give it.
How razor's edge this whole thing is.
Dude.
We're just a couple monkeys pushing buttons.
It's
especially today
incredible.
with no nerd on hand.
That's technology. I mean, dude, it just is what it is. When you have a laptop, if I'm at home and all of a sudden for some reason, Google doesn't just work or the internet, the Wi-Fi that always works doesn't work, I just go, well,
Yeah.
I guess Sunday I seek a dog. I mean, I don't know what to do.
Isn't that terrible? I've been parking in my driveway for, I don't know, a week and a half
Wait,
now.
what is with that, by the way?
Tell 'em about this.
You know what? I've been meaning to ask you what's going
Oh,
on.
I know what it is.
Well,
Here we go. Oh, here we go.
I went to close my garage door. Pulled in and hit the button.
Right.
I've been trained that apparently if you want your garage door to close,
Just hit that button.
You push a button and then it closes all the way.
Yeah.
And so it would start like magic. It's like magic. I'd push this little button and it would go, and it starts going down. It would get like 4 feet and then it would just stop. And then it would go backwards. It would go back up. And I'm like, hey, wait.
whoa.
You're supposed
Push
to
the
get to the
button.
bottom and stay there.
Yeah.
I don't need you deciding what you're doing now, garage door. You go to the bottom and you sit there until I tell you to go back up. That's how this
the
works.
garage is going a little rogue itself here.
Yeah, and so it just stopped doing that, and so I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I don't have a garage door anymore.
That's exactly how I would handle that situation. It was just-
I got as far as like, Jay came in like the next day and was like, yeah, why you parking in the driveway? And I was like, yeah, the button, the magic button I push isn't working right anymore, and so I have to just park out there now.
so did Jay hit the button? Wait, let me ask this.
And
Is
so
this
Jay went, I got this.
Did he just hit the button?
No, he went in and he got some tools and he got up there.
I fixed my garage door trolley a few months ago. I
Okay.
took the whole thing apart, so I was somewhat familiar with this adjustment thing, and that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Is that it had gone out of adjustment, and I dicked with it, and it wouldn't go. So
Yeah.
I told him, dude, Google the model number, look up the damn, what do you call it, the owner's manual,
Yeah.
and figure it out.
And I did all that.
Did
But
you
you didn't
really?
do the final step, figure it out.
Yeah, I did. The final step was the hard one because unless it said like keep pushing the button, I was hoping dude, I'm serious. Like I had fingers crossed. I was going to say just keep pushing the
Hold
button.
on, did you
It'll eventually-
unplug it and blow on it? You haven't done that yet.
I would unplug it and then plug it back in, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Or
didn't
take
do
the
any of
battery
that.
out. Is it a bat? I don't know how those work, to be
no,
honest with you.
you unplug it.
So at this point, I've just resolved that. Oh, I just park in the street now. or I just park in the driveway.
It's kind of messed up our mojo in the driveway, to be
I know.
honest.
I apologize for
Yeah.
that.
Could you at least park? You should be parking your car all the way to the right
Dude,
at least.
I know.
Why
He's
is it
right
in the middle? Why would
It's
you?
in
You're
the fucking middle.
I mean, the more
Where
I
would
think,
you? You know
dude,
what?
you don't-
I'm gonna give you guys this. Where would you like me to park?
right where I just described.
Yeah,
why
closer to
would
the garage door.
Why
Just-
would you be parking in the middle?
Selfishly, yeah, I like to back straight out of the drive. I apologize. I could do that. I'll do that for you guys. Next time I
You know-
leave the house, when I return, I'll hug the.
Appreciate
the
that.
I'm glad
garage
this
door
came up.
for you.
I was actually going to ask you finally today. Like I think a week ago there was a bunch of lawn stuff in there, so I thought, well, maybe he just had to put these bags in there, and then I was like, yeah, he's still parked on the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is,
Hold on. What's the solution to this?
I think you just described it.
Yeah, I just did.
When
He just doesn't have a garage.
Yeah.
I
when you
figured
What do you
I-
do when winter comes?
When you move, you might have a new garage.
Yes.
Okay.
That, or I figure in a few months I give it a break and then I'll try the button pushing again and see if maybe magically it fixed itself.
I will say
I don't
this.
know.
You're
I did go a step further though. You guys will be proud of me for this. I put WD-40 on the track,
Okay.
thinking that maybe it was just like pissed that it wasn't
It's a
slick enough.
sensor issue, dude.
Yeah.
I'll say this: the problem with like usually, of course, as I handle most problems myself, which is the same way, ignore them until they either hopefully go away or just, of course, they get
Your dad fixes
so
it.
big that then it's like, oh my god, like the toes. But like the winter's gonna come, dude. That's when it's gonna be like you're not gonna want to be
We're
parking
months
out.
away from that. We're months away.
I know,
This
but
is-
There's going to be some handyman dude over here someday installing a new garage door
Right.
opener. That's what's going to happen.
Maybe that could be too. That would
Or
be
your mom.
Spectacular. My mom. I don't think my mom's gonna fix the garage. My dad maybe. Maybe next time he comes over, he could take a gander. He's an engineer. They know that kind of stuff.
he like. In fact,
The
he
other-
probably likes to do that stuff. You know, it makes him still feel like he's got use as a human.
The other thing that is, remember, like a year ago when I was bitching about my washing machine,
Yeah.
and it was giving me that F71 or
Oh, I remember that.
F70 error.
At least it
code.
wasn't doing what mine was doing. Remember that? It was
I
going.
don't. Yeah,
That was awful.
mine. Like I was able to get it to keep going, and so it was like, okay,
Yeah, you could like override it somehow.
yeah, I would shut it down. I would unplug it and blow on it and wait 15 seconds and then plug it back in. And I did a lot of Googling on it. It was like, it seemed like a lot of people were having this error code issue. It costs a few $100, which is why I've avoided it. And so finally, like a week and a half ago, it just decided that no
done.
more. I'm not doing any more laundry. And so now I don't wash clothes anymore.
So now it's
and
just
that's
done. It's just completely given up.
Yeah, it finally
It-
just
it
gave
quit.
out completely.
And went on and went on retirement.
Yeah.
Dude, your house is going on strike, man.
I know, it's
done
quitting
with
on-
you.
And so
Like,
yeah, I
get
don't-
out of here, dude. You're here too much. That's
and
what it is.
here's the problem. I've got about a week's worth of clean underwear from this moment forward.
You're just gonna go buy new shit, aren't you?
I don't know, or just take it to Beth's and wash it because I think her washing machine
Yeah.
hasn't quit on her midlife. It's not even that old.
It's not
At
cool.
least your
Stuff isn't built. Their
Yours,
stuff isn't built to. They don't want it to go that long anymore. They want it to
Right.
go 5, maybe 7. Like, I mean, I'm not trying. That's like, I know that sounds like old man. Like, oh, stuff was built better, but it was, dude. They totally refrigerators. I was hearing a discussion about refrigerators for some reason on a station the other day, and it's like, no,
Dude, I heard that same discussion. They're like, they used to be built for 15 years. Now they're only lasting 5 to
Yes!
7.
really?
How? Are we both listening to 950 at the same moment or some
must
shit?
did something because
I don't know, it was so
clearly
random.
that was the exact. Because that was my example.
Jeez. E.
Well, I got it about 5 years ago, which seems like a new product to me. I
Yeah.
mean, yours it was going
Yeah, that's close.
like that one. Yeah, I don't do
more-
it as well. That one it seems like was older
Yeah,
than
it
5
was.
years old. Did you get it? You got a new one.
We did get a new one.
And?
It's great, but it's that low water level shit, you know? I know.
Dude, it's
It's like the low flow toilet crap.
Ugh.
bullshit, which requires 18 flushes
Yeah.
if you really put a beating on it.
It's a poor
saving
worker.
I can't remember the last time I single flushed.
It doesn't happen anymore, except when you come over here. You
Yeah.
got real toilets.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind somebody cleaning my toilet once in a while, by the way.
Why? What's wrong?
Oh, I don't. If I could just get that cleaned once a month or something, that'd be good.
Dude, that bathroom is pretty clean. I mean, it's
Well, you know, I'm
the
in
only
there
one who uses
I'm in
it,
there
ever,
wrecking it every day,
ever.
though.
what exactly needs cleaning? I mean, you
The
wash.
toilet bowl.
Yeah, there's
I mean, it
a,
could use some Ajax or
Probably
something.
a brush there.
yeah, there's a brush in there. I can get you some Ajax though if you want to take a gander at it.
God, kind of host are you? Hey, Helm Law is a full-service law firm built on the model of providing the best legal services to its clients throughout Michigan. It represents clients in a wide range of cases, including family law and divorce, civil litigation, estate planning, and criminal defense. So whether you're leaving your children in the car, your spouse is refusing to put out, call Helm Law at 248-679-8804 or go online at helmlawpc.com. They offer free consultations. Tell them you support the Detroit Cast and you'll get 15% off.
So if anyone out there has a brand new out-of-the-box washing machine or brand new garage door opener or FTP that they're not using that's brand new and they
transfer protocol.
They want to donate, feel free. Anyway, kidding, of course. The New York jogger that was murdered.
Yeah.
We talked about that last week, right?
I do recall talking about that.
The chick that was found by her dad.
Yeah.
And you were like, of course she was raped. Why wouldn't you rape her?
Yes. If you're going to strangle someone, why not rape them?
Right. It does make sense. They had the funeral for her yesterday. And the mother of that jogger, of course, we're talking about Karina Vetrano, spoke during a news conference outside of their home there in Howard Beach near Queens. And she kind of went off like I think a lot of people would like to do in these situations. She was saying, I'm here to remind you, she was talking to the murderer. I'm here to remind you, in case you don't already know, that now it's the whole entire world against you. The whole world knows what a pathetic, puny, weak piece of filth you are. She's so strong. I mean, calling him puny and weak, and it's like he did
overpower your daughter.
Accomplish the mission.
You talk about what a lion she is, but
yeah,
I don't know. She's grieving.
I think you're reading too much into this.
Yeah. And soon, I know they're all going to know your face as well. Soon we're going to have a face. We're going to have a face to the dickless piece of garbage that you are.
It's not what is alleged, but
not even close to what's alleged, unfortunately. And above and beyond all, you know that my daughter was a force to be reckoned with. And I guarantee you, you motherfucker, that you will be reckoning with that force not only the rest of your pathetic life, but for the rest of eternity as you fucking burn in hell. I guarantee you that. The world knows she's magical, and I guarantee you will pay forever. Phil spoke as well and was talking about the NYPD. And
dad.
Yeah, exactly. All the police have been tireless, courageous, kind, generous, and helpful beyond words. Myself and my family owe everything to the NYPD. Justice will be served. That's why we have the police department. That's why we have God. The news conference came just a day after they laid her to rest. I don't know if you saw pictures of that.
Did not.
Yeah. Pretty standard. I mean, there was a lot of people there. Obviously, anytime a 30-year-old dies, beautiful 30-year-old, not you're going to have a lot of people. And then Kathy, the mom, Vetrano, read a poem that she'd written for her daughter 10 years ago. I don't know, dude. It seems like more of these poems that I read that people are writing. I always thought poems had to have like a rhythm.
Here we go.
And a rhyme. Like they rhyme, right? They're like a.
I know they say poems don't have to rhyme, but don't you all have an idea of what you in your head what a poem?
They need to have some structure, right? I don't know the words for it.
575?
No, that's freaking haiku.
Haiku, okay. But isn't
Did she
it like
haiku her daughter?
No, but I just think of like roses are red, violets are blue. Da 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 da, and then it rhymes. It makes sense. It fits like a puzzle. You go, oh yeah, that's a poem. Got it. It's not. But
are you suggesting that she just wrote a paragraph and not a poem?
Well, no, it's got poem-y feel to it, and there's a couple rhymes, but not enough of them. I feel like
it's a very amateur way, I think, to look at poetry. I think poetry snobs go, oh, rhyme.
Really?
I think so.
So
really.
I'm the douchebag here.
I think so.
Shit. So anyway, here's her poem. So fragile, my girl, a tiger, she rages. She roars in this world. Girl in world. Okay, I'll give her that.
You know, I got tiger blood, man.
The beauty, the temptress, free spirit, she. If you say free spirit, she, they're
Yes, you're going for something.
You're running
setting
into
it up.
You're setting up, right? Free spirit, she, brilliant, resilient, powerful. Not we would fit, right? Right?
Powerful Lee. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. There's a setup there.
The beauty, the temptress, free spirit, she, brilliant, resilient, powerful, dangerous, restless, and proud.
Okay. She and proud. She, proud. Yeah, I don't hear it.
I'm sorry, it feels like there's too many words. You got wordy, and it doesn't rhyme. The beauty of the temptress, free spirit she, brilliant, resilient, oh, not so we.
That works.
Like that, I'm going, yeah, I'm poeming with you. I got it. So brilliant, resilient, powerful, dangerous, restless, and proud, the heart of a lion, the soul of a lamb. Karina, my baby, you shine and you love.
Shine and you jam.
The heart of a lion, the soul of a lamb. Karina, my baby, you shine and you jam. Yeah, jam would work.
You need something to rhyme with lamb.
Dude, why would you use the soul of a lamb? Yeah, I don't know, dude. The heart of a lion, the soul of a lamb. Karina, my baby, you shine and you love. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a dick. I'm serious, but
I don't know what to do with poetry. I don't know. I don't know the rules.
yeah. I thought rhyming was just the basics. Like as far as poetry goes, like the rhyme was the basic essential. Maybe I'm naive about this. I don't know. NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce said earlier this week
So that was the whole poem when you just ended it there.
Yeah.
See, I think, dude, unless and I don't know this mom, maybe she writes poetry, and so like you said, maybe we're just more naive to it. But I think unless you're really somebody who writes poetry on a regular basis,
You better be rhyming that shit.
well, no, just say some words. You could say all those words and not make it like a poem. Just be like, yeah, she was this, and
yeah,
you know,
what makes it a poem?
I mean,
I thought it was the rhyming. Honestly,
That's my point.
you
Yeah,
called me
no,
naive for believing that. I thought it was the rhyme.
You're right.
nature of
Why
it.
isn't she just saying, I journaled this about my daughter?
right, well, yeah,
there
not
some
just say,
feeling-
here's a few thoughts I had about my daughter.
Yeah.
Whatever. I thought she was this. She was always courageous, big heart, blah, blah, blah.
What makes a poem?
Google what makes a poem. Get back to us. That's your homework assignment for the next 2 minutes. So the chief of detectives, Robert Boyce, said earlier this week they believe that there is a severe community threat still on the loose in referencing this murder. An autopsy confirmed that the death was strangulation. She put up a good fight despite the horrific beating she suffered. A police source said that Vetrano bit her attacker so hard she cracked teeth.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Holy shit. I guess this dude smashed her teeth out too. Isn't that brutal?
So how do they know she
I wasn't
is
gonna.
that giving her?
Yeah.
Let's give her that.
All right, we'll give her that. All right, she cracked some teeth, biting the guy. They have recovered DNA from her bruised body. A used condom was found in the area, but it sounds like this is a spot where hobos and
spot.
vagrants
Yeah.
hang out. So I don't know if we give credit, but there was like a wrapper and a rubber
Right.
found there on the ground in the vicinity. I don't know how close exactly.
If you're gonna rape a chick and use a rubber, you take the rubber with you. That's the whole point. You're trying not to leave DNA, right?
Yeah, I would think that's like rule number one
Yeah.
in the rapist world is you take the condom with you.
If you're gonna go that route.
Yes. Yeah. They also found like a shoe like whipped that way, and then they found her headphones whipped that way. So they're checking those for fingerprints and all kinds of stuff. Philip found his body, his daughter's body, covered in cuts, scratches, and bruises with her shorts, and they're saying her sports bra yanked up. So her bra was yanked up and her pants yanked down. Imagine finding her like that. Police still have no suspects, no leaves. She is believed to have broken up with her boyfriend 2 days before. But they say he's got a pretty airtight alibi. Thank God for
Seriously,
him.
man.
Oh, man.
Imagine that. God, dude, just the coincidence of that.
Yeah.
Just break up with your girl and 2 days later, dead.
And she
Murdered,
dumped
raped.
him.
Oof.
So, they have ruled him out as a suspect, but there's evidence that she was,
Oh no.
yeah, vaginally and,
Oh no. Oh, Mike.
yeah, I know, anally. There was bruising on her buttocks and on the back of her upper thighs. Phil told his daughter not to run down that path, as we've reported before, and he normally, as we said, would go running with her, but God, I just had that.
Tight back.
Oh, man.
Feeling a little tight today.
You take this one. You take that leg of the workout on your own, sweetheart. I'm going to sit this one out.
They say anything about there possibly being multiple dudes? Or is it just looked at as one?
I haven't heard that. Why? Did you hear that from somewhere? or
Just
you
wondering. I mean,
curious?
you got 2 orifices going.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Anyway, there's people online that are catching all types of shit. They call them trolls, of course. If you have an opinion that people don't like, you're just a troll. But some people were slamming her for wearing the suggestive outfits.
Blaming the victim.
Yeah, it gets into the blaming the victim part. But 30-year-old, let's see here. There was a fierce debate. Michael Pulaski wrote, "We are reminded every day we live with savages. However, you go jogging alone with earphones on, looking like that. I ask, where is your common sense these days?"
Troll.
"Sexual assault will always be here," wrote Carlos Alvarado. "It is your responsibility to be aware. Stop jogging or going out to the damn gym half naked."
Troll.
Come up with something like this.
Thought like that.
Another user, Sharji Zah, said, "I always see attractive women running with their headphones on in secluded areas. How stupid can they be?"
Troll.
Troll.
Coming up with this stuff. My God.
I know. So those people are being shamed without mercy online. Victim blamer. What? Men can't control themselves? It's like, no, 99% of men can absolutely control themselves. It's the 1% you're worried about. And we've talked about this before when you see, was it the chick in Virginia that was just like stumbling out of the bar at 1 a.m.
The guy comes out of the shadows just stalking her.
Yeah,
Oof.
like a total predator. And it's like, don't victim blame, and it's like, yeah, but there's
You gotta be careful. You gotta take care.
Yeah, just like like anything else. When you talk about going to a frat party and getting pass out drunk, and then something horrible happens to you, it's horrible. If someone takes advantage of you, drags you into a bathroom and rapes you, but at the same time, and yes, we should live in a society where you should be able to pass on the floor. I've never felt like that. Like I'm going to pass out on a floor. Worst that's going to happen to me is one of you clowns is going to write asshole on my forehead or fag in my forehead.
Hitler mustache.
Yeah, shave an eyebrow.
Depends on which you think is worse.
But I don't think you guys are ever going to penetrate my butthole.
Yeah, not me. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. But if you know that's a real concern for people of the world, I don't know, dude. I just think it's part of being careful and knowing that monsters are walking amongst us.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call those people trolls for voicing that opinion, but apparently in the Twitterverse they're just troll.
Car accidents
Troll.
happen, and that's why you wear a safety belt.
Troll. Troll. Don't
She
blame
should have
the
been wearing a
victim.
safety belt, right?
Blame the victim. Yes. And I don't know that, had she been wearing yoga pants, would that have helped her? If she would have been wearing baggy, gross shorts, would that have helped her? I don't know. Maybe.
Looked frumpy.
I need an attorney, and I need one now.
So remember, if you're a young, attractive female teacher who's eager to brighten her students' future, or if you've been injured at the Fady Manor and are looking to cash in, call Helm Law at 248-679-8804 or go online at helmlawpc.com to set up your free consultation. Tell them you support the show. You get 15% off. E, what do you report here? What is a poem? Hold on. You just went to, like, Ask Jeeves or something?
This is a college. I've been looking at a few of them, but this is a college person that says this.
That's what they say they are. A
Right.
poem can achieve a variety of purposes. Tell a story, describe a scene, develop a theme, share an insight, express an emotion, ask a question. The common element in poetry, this is what we're asking for, that pulls each of these into the genre is the use of connotative versus literal language and the employment of figurative language. Well, that didn't clear up anything.
That helps us absolutely
This one,
not.
Here's an answer that says about how no, they don't need to rhyme, but it kind of goes along the same lines as just like the emotion. It's supposed to convey one emotion. Well, that can there be anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just called writing.
There was this one, but the problem was just it was a really long drawn out
Poetry.
really long drawn out answer of what was a poem.
What does it say? Can you paraphrase it?
I don't really-
Do they say that
I didn't-
poems need to rhyme? I'm looking for
Everyone
poems.
says they don't need to rhyme.
Everybody knows they don't need to rhyme. Come on, man.
No, but I mean, dude, when I think of a poem, it's like, oh, I'm going to read a poem. I just assume that it's going to have some sort of rhythm to it and rhyme.
The rhythm I would kind of agree with you on. Like there needs to
Come
be
on.
Apparently, all they need to do is convey an emotion, I guess, about one specific thing.
Yeah, I don't know that
There's more to
poem
it,
did
obviously,
that.
than I just said. But I
Right,
mean,
my definition of poem is the best one. It rhymes. I'm just declaring. I'm going on record. I'm gonna
agree. I
I'm
don't
gonna
want
be
any of these
a
poems.
specific answer giver on Ask Jeeves, and they're going to go, what defines a poem? And I go, yeah, it needs to fucking rhyme. The last word of the first sentence needs to rhyme with the last word of the next one.
Or I'm just going to start saying that anything I write down
It's a poem.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, I wrote a few poems today, and they're just gonna be whatever.
Let me read you a Zot Ford poem real quick. Folks, you want a classy, comfortable, stylish, safe, and fun to drive SUV with room for the whole family? Of course you do. So get your ass to Zot Ford in Holly, where you can lease the all-new 2016 Ford Edge for just $252 on a 24-month lease. I'm sorry. If you haven't driven the new Ford Edge, you're doing yourself an injustice. Go visit Zot Ford and take advantage of a $252 a month Ford Edge before this hot deal cools down. Check out their stupefied deals and massive inventory at ZotFord.com. Get there.
Dude, that poem sucked.
Yeah, it
seriously.
didn't rhyme at all. I know.
Gabbara might be a
Gabbara.
great general manager, but he stinks as a poet. I got to be honest with you. No offense if he's listening. He stinks as a poet.
That poem was as good as the one that girl wrote, in my opinion.
Yeah. At least his didn't cheat, or his didn't like set you up like a word or rhyme was coming. You know, didn't even fake it. His poem was weirder, or hers was weirder.
And it conveyed one emotion about buying cars at Zot Ford.
Are you guys excited to have Donald Trump in Detroit?
Yeah, he's here today, isn't he?
Yeah, we'll find. I guess he's talking about the economy and
The Detroit Economic Club at
Yes.
Cobo Hall today.
they moved it. It was supposed to be somewhere else, and then they moved it to Cobo. I'm not going. I'm assuming you guys aren't going.
I'm not going. I guess he's going to talk a lot about trade agreements that have
Crippled the Motor City.
crippled cities like Detroit.
Yeah, specifically Ford, moving plants to Mexico and shit like that. But I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of cool that I think Hillary's coming to town too, soon or next week
know.
or something. But Donald's here today, and Jeb Bush's son has come out and formally supported Donald Trump.
Oh, good. I was waiting for.
Yeah,
Is he Jeb Jr.? Who is he?
No, he's George Prescott. George Prescott Bush at your service. I guess he's the current land commissioner for Texas, and he called on Republican voters to come together and fall in line behind Trump. I know a lot of us in this room had dogs in this fight in the primary, but no, you know what? It's time to put that aside. From Team Bush, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but you know what? You get back up and you help your man that won, and you make sure that we stop Hillary Clinton. Yeah.
I love that he's land commissioner of Texas.
Yeah.
Like, who are you to be land commissioner? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's just
No, he's a
setting it
Bush.
up. Yeah, he's just setting it up, just building his resume. Mm-hmm. And in 16 years, he'll be right there as a senator looking to jump into the fray.
Yep, following the footsteps of his great father, who'll be a true American hero at that point.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be hard, though. I mean, remember how bad Trump was beating on Jeb for being weak, low energy Jeb?
Yeah.
He really got after Jeb pretty hard, but yeah. Since being defeated, Jeb has refused to support Trump and even said he won't vote for him in November. George W. and George H.W. have not endorsed Trump, and they're not expected to either.
Well, G-Dub has really stayed out of the public eye. You know, he really doesn't comment politically a lot. He leaves it to...
Dude, I would do it just like him.
I would too.
I'm serious. Like, he did his time, he did his service, and then go bye-bye. I don't need the cameras. I don't need camera crews following me
Never
around.
criticized Obama,
No.
And then you look at Obama, what he's doing. He's just all out campaigning for Hillary.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, I'd do it more like George. Like, you know what? Did my time.
Yep.
Next one deserves kind of their chance to do it.
Yep.
And I'm not going to sit there and second guess and poke at them during the whole administration.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely interesting. The other thing that started buzzing around, like Drudge Report in a couple places, is this picture of Hillary being helped up the stairs. Have you seen that? Apparently, it was taken in February.
God, what a nana.
I know.
Did she fall or something recently? God, I wish we had that on video.
Yeah, no kidding. No, but it's an old picture, but they're circulating it now, like more proof that she's unfit for the Oval Office. She can't even stand on her own, and they've got these security detail or whatever on each arm, like helping her up the stairs. And but I guess
just like they're being polite, or is that more than that?
I think she slipped. Right there, and they're like, whoa, 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 and they got her, and now they're helping Nana, finish those last couple stairs. Yeah, there it is.
Is that Huma behind her? I bet it is.
Oh, I guarantee it is, or in front of her. No, Huma's ass isn't that big.
Huma's ass was kind of big.
Was it?
Yeah, I bet that's Huma.
Maybe.
Look at Nana though. Look at that outfit.
Oh, it's very Un-like. It's one of her green oon dresses. And those fat cankles. The other one, this picture I noticed was of Hillary when she slipped getting on the plane or something and broke her elbow. And they've got her in a sling here. Is that a seal? Is that a secretary seal on
my
her
God.
fucking sling? Are
is.
you kidding me?
Yeah, it does look like that. I hate these people.
Aren't they just so hateable? God. Yeah. Anyway, so if you see that picture going around, you'll see the far right wing websites like, ha ha ha! Further proof. Look at her. She can barely stand up.
Dude, I got to thinking
old
again
photo.
what you said about Bill and how awful he looks. I came across another picture just scrolling through some shit
Gross.
today.
Ugh.
What?
You came across this photo as you were
I did.
scrolling. It's
I know.
fucking
right
gross.
across it. I know. I had to wipe that. But dude, he looks awful, man, as compared to 12 years ago.
He looks like he's got AIDS.
Something happened to him,
I
man.
didn't give him those AIDS.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He's got AIDS.
Dude, he seriously looks like death warmed over.
Talk about a second chance at a Hail Mary here. That would be interesting.
What?
If he comes out with AIDS.
Oh.
You got the Julian Assange Hail Mary that's happening. That You're just hoping, maybe this lands and maybe somehow it derails her. But that could do some damage.
Do you think people,
Bill with
in
AIDS.
our dumb country, people would be like, oh my God, how brave. He's so brave.
It's true. They would spin it.
They'd prop him
Just
up as
end
a
up
hero.
with a
and-
bunch of sympathy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. But he doesn't look like he's aging like normal. Like they all age quickly from that job, but he just looks like he's lost a tremendous amount of weight, and he's lost it for a while. But
Sunken eyes. Just doesn't look good.
those red eyes, and it doesn't look good at all. By the way, speaking of politicians, you hear about the son of a senator who died at the water park?
Little kid, on the world's highest or fastest.
I think
water
both,
slide?
maybe. Yeah, highest for sure. 10-year-old kid out of Kansas, lawmaker. This son of this Kansas lawmaker died in an accident at the world's tallest slide at a water park in Kansas City, Kansas, not Missouri. Caleb Schwab is the kid's name. He's the son of the Republican member of the Kansas House of Representatives, Scott Schwab, and his wife, Michelle. He died Sunday at the Schlitterbahn Water Park on the 168-foot slide.
Do we have video?
I don't know. I saw a still picture or video, but not of him actually on the. I guess it goes like.
Holy shit. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's just a still picture looking from
Do they
the
have
top.
video of it? Do you know?
Yeah. Of just the ride? Yeah, I think they have video of like people just doing just the ride.
See, pull this picture up real quick so I can show you.
Oh yeah.
I think here's what happened.
So just like an 88-degree drop there.
I think my man went like
Went airborne. Went airborne.
and then went. So it's got. How would you describe that? Like a hill, like it goes steep, slamming down, and then it comes back up, so you lose some of your momentum.
Yeah, you go down the dinosaur head and then over the dinosaur back.
Right. And when you get to the top of the
I think
dinosaur
we've
back,
seen Fred Flintstone do that at the end of a shift, I think.
absolutely. Yep, at the quarry.
Most daring water slide in the world and is located at the Schlitterbahn Water Park
It's
in
located
Kansas
at the
City.
Schlitterbahn.
The ride will be open for business on
I thought
May
this was gonna
23rd.
actually have a ride. When it first looked at it, it looked like it was gonna do one of those ones where it was gonna show you what it looked like, but.
Yeah, you have to walk up all those stairs. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Dude, give me an elevator. I'm not walking up 17 flights of stairs.
Well, and you're on a huge raft, too, aren't you? Like a really heavy-
Oh, yeah, it looks like- yeah, you're right.
Oh, see, they have a cartoon rendering of it.
Yeah, it looked like a 4-person raft. So I wonder if the little man just went flying out of that.
I thought they wore harnesses of some sort, too, in there. And for some reason, some of the parents are like, yeah, my kid went on it a few times, and the harness was acting up. It wasn't working right. I'm like, well, why would you let your kid keep going on it if the harness wasn't working right?
Because we just trust all this shit, right? Yeah, jump on the dragster, little kid. You
Yeah.
know, I throw my kids on that stuff all the time.
It was elected officials day at the water park. As if they don't get enough free shit. We need elected officials. This
Right.
week. Close the park except for the elected officials. And lawmakers and their families receive free admission, lunch, and a day of fun. Police spokesman officer Cameron Morgan So the boy's cause of death was not confirmed. So I don't know if they're saying like he had a heart attack or something, or
I think they're just trying to phrase it right. He went flying.
yeah.
I don't know.
This is a better one.
Cause of death. He went fucking flying off
Yeah.
that thing.
See they have the netting there.
Oh boy. So we have 2 riders here. 2 adult riders, it looks like.
Dude, this is fun as shit.
So there's a netting right off the bat. Then you're going down, I don't know, a 75-degree angle.
There's his hat. Why would you think your hat?
And over the
launch.
hump.
But there's nothing there.
And that's where he launched right there.
But there is netting, dude.
Yeah, the netting malfunctioned of some sort.
Oh boy. Little son of a bitch went flying through the netting.
I guess. I saw people like workers up there like cutting the netting down to I don't know if to see like where the problem was.
He got tangled into it or something. Just went whipping out.
I think he went flying out of it, and then yeah, not supposed to do that. Congresswoman Lynn Jenkins, in case you were wondering,
is she concerned? Did
she sent a
her-
tweet out,
What
yeah.
did she send? Both? Did she do both?
I thought she was the one that said, "Good, fuck that kid and his shitty father of a Congress." Wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on, I got that wrong. Lynn Jenkins wrote, "My thoughts and prayers are with Scott Schwab and his family at this devastating time."
Wanted to make sure everybody knew where she stood on the
Yeah,
event. That's
yeah,
good.
that's good. So
What's her name again?
If we're keeping score,
I want her
everybody,
to be on record. What's her name?
Lynn Jenkins.
Lynn Jenkins.
Yeah. Also, let's see. We had there was another one too. I think the park themselves came out and issued. Oh no, the mayor, Mark Holland. I want to get this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to stall here, Jay. I want to get this on record so we're very clear on this.
On where everybody stands.
Right. The mayor, Mark Holland, issued this statement. My thoughts and prayers go out to the family of the boy who died today in a tragic accident at the water park.
Wow.
So good. I see you writing it down.
Do you think he Googled condolences? Public condolences?
Just to get it, you know,
just to make sure he had it right.
Make sure he wasn't screwing that
Sounds
up.
like that's what these assholes are doing.
Why?
Copy and pasting.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just like throw it off a little bit. I mean, even switch up thoughts and prayers. Can you do prayers and thoughts?
I think you could.
I mean, you'd stand out a little bit. Can you send them? I want to send my prayers and my thoughts out to the family and all that shit at the water park.
Deeply saddened. Mix it up. Sprinkle that in.
Yeah.
Sayings for sample letters of sympathy and condolences.
Dear so-and-so, I am
so sorry to hear
about the loss of blank. Insert name here. So at that point we would put
he/she
Caleb. So in there we would put, I'm so sorry to hear about the loss of
Caleb
Schaub.
He
was a fantastic individual.
All right, where am I yet? I go down here. Are you?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
He will be
Here, Jay,
greatly
you read
missed.
it, and I'll insert words as necessary.
Ego up, please. Okay. We just heard the sad news of
Caleb Schaub
passing and want you to know that our thoughts and prayers are with you. I'm very sad to hear of
Caleb Schaub's
sudden death. It was painful to learn of
Caleb Schaub's
death. I would like to extend my deepest sympathies to you and your family at this time. I was devastated to hear the news of
Caleb Schaub's
death. Please know that my thoughts and prayers are with you. Dude, I think that's what they're doing. I think they went to this website.
That's
saved as a favorite, just in case we need it.
Good.
Yeah, but dude, you almost got to really pay attention because you do not want to leave the he/she.
I know that would look bad.
You would have to correct that. So
that's a bad look. Here's how they could mix it up, though. Go down. It is appropriate to offer help to the bereaved. You could offer help.
Oh man, you're. Does anyone take you up on that help?
I've included a box of those cookies you enjoy so much. I bake them fresh for you. I'll be doing my weekly grocery shopping on Wednesday, so I'll pick up a few things for you and the kids and make a couple of casseroles that you can just throw in the oven or microwave to warm up.
That's a good idea. I like that one
Yeah.
when people bring you free
The
food.
Schaubs, to have some food in the
Hell
freezer.
yes, unless you're a shit cook. But if you're a good cook.
If you'd like, I'll take your kids to soccer practice on Tuesday. Then after, they can come with us for burgers. It might do them some good to spend a bit of time with someone their own age. I've recently learned how to build websites and would like to make one dedicated to.
Caleb Schaub.
I'm off every Friday, so maybe we can get together and talk about what we can put on the site. Maybe go through some old photos to put online. I'll be honored to make a. I would be honored to be a pallbearer.
Caleb Schaub.
Was always there for me. To carry him/her to his/her final resting place is the least I can do.
Agreed.
There's some,
Do people really do this shit?
I had no idea this existed.
Wow. Bible verses make excellent condolence phrases.
Of course, right? But better than the good book to
That's right. To lean on for comfort.
their time of
That's
need.
where people are getting these. I always thought they memorized this shit. You know,
No,
you
it's just
lazy,
to just
you
state-
lazy Catholics.
No, just to state, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. That's what I always recall from Matthew 5:4.
Oh, do you?
You just keep
In
that on
times
hand.
like these, I like to cite Psalm 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed.
Again, where was that from?
Psalm 34:18.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
One of my favorite psalms. Brings me comfort each time.
Oh, do we have sample letters of sympathy and condolences for social media?
Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Am I past it or?
No, you're right there.
Okay.
There are no words to express my sorrow for your loss.
I've seen people use that
Really?
one. And I immediately go, there obviously are words because you wrote them down and you typed them on social media.
Bullet point number 2. You are in my thoughts and prayers.
Good, good.
Please know that I am thinking of you and the rest of your family at this time.
My heart is heavy as I think of your mom/dad and the blessing she/he was to me.
Again, careful to select the appropriate
Yeah, you
mother,
cannot
father.
you cannot leave that
A
slash.
slash.
Oh my God.
You want no slashes and condolences.
So
It's
bad.
good to know that exists because that does suck when you come across one of these events
Well, yeah.
and you have no personal, real thoughts to express.
Right. Dude, if any, yeah, it's so bad. It just seems so and I know people's hearts are usually in the right place, but come on, people, is it that hard? If you didn't know someone, to just leave it, whatever. But if you knew someone, you can do better than thoughts and prayers.
Definitely can.
Definitely do better. Water park. Now this is obviously a tragedy. This is a tragic situation.
Wait.
Kid,
Real quick, did you see I didn't see the end of this part. This is kind of funny here too.
Don't make these common spelling mistakes of substituting your own words for the phrases from our sample letters of sympathy and condolences.
are you paying attention? Don't just laugh at this. You need
Sympathy
this more.
spelled S-I-M? Come on, you can't do that.
Oh, if you wrote sympathy S-I-M, you're an asshole. They've got all the misspellings of sympathy. How do you spell sympathy?
I don't know.
Right.
I would
have let him skate on condolences, but sympathy.
with
come on.
sympathy. I would just type in as close as I could get in the
Well, how would you start it?
SY. I have to look down on my. Let me type. I'd have to SYMP.
Yeah, that'd get you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. THAY.
T-H-A-Y.
T-H-A-Y.
Yeah, perfect.
Got it.
Well, then spell check would just tell me what it was. I guess. Hopefully.
But this truly is a tragedy, and not to pile on and make the tragedy much worse than it needs to be. But there's also other heartbreaking news here that really makes this tragedy twice as bad as it
They
needed to
closed
be.
the slide.
They closed the slide today, and so you think about all the poor children that were going to be
kids.
going to the water park today.
Early
Don't give a
August.
shit about that senator's daughter or son or whatever.
They're off on their summer vacation, looking to go down a water slide or two.
And think about this. This is not something where it's like, hey, after we wrap up the show, you guys want to head over to Schlitterbahn and do some water sports? Like, that conversation would never happen. That's something where it's like your kid's Sweet Pie's planning for weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's on her calendar. She's looking forward to that second week of August when we're going to Schlitterbahn. And so now you've got to break the news to her. Her next question is going to be why?
Poor Sweet Pie.
Why?
Yeah. And then I have to tell her dead kid.
All about
Caleb Shaw.
or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
You have to tell him about him.
Cause
and-
of death. He fucking went flying.
I mean, flying off the deep end there. The water slide is closed for pending further investigation. So
they're going to knock this thing down.
they could.
They're going to change it.
Yep.
Would this be the same reaction if it were not he's not a celebrity or a famous person, but a member of the government? Like if it was me.
Oh, they
No,
don't
no,
care
not for
if-
you. No.
Okay,
No.
fine,
Let's use
whatever.
a better example.
Your son.
I think
I would
they'd
think-
probably be looking pretty closely.
Okay. Well,
I
but
think
forever,
park officials today are going, fuck, on Congressman Day? Are you kidding me? The only people that actually have some power to wield something and get something
So
done?
you think to ease point then that
Yes.
it wouldn't be closed down but for a
Oh,
congressman?
no,
I'm not
no.
saying they wouldn't close
I
down
think
for a
they'd close
day.
it down. They'd send out thoughts and prayers and all that shit. But as far as like, we need to tear this down. We cannot have one more child senselessly murdered by these water slides. I'm going to see to it that we never again have a child murdered by water slides like this. Like, and make that actually go in. People are like, fuck.
I think what you simply do is you cut off part of the dinosaur's back. So you still have that free fall, and then you just don't do that
The
where
ramp-
he
that's
went
so
fucking
fun, though.
flying.
Yeah, I guess. I thought this was interesting, though. Boy, guess how fast you get going on that thing?
60.
65 miles an hour, dude. That's hauling balls on a water slide.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, free fall is 120 miles an hour.
It's
Yeah.
almost as fast as you're going on the highway. If you're, I mean,
Yeah, that's
And a
I mean,
water
that seems
slide.
crazy fast for a water slide. He must have got some serious air, dude.
I guess the only
That's
hope
terrible.
is probably he didn't feel anything. Hopefully, he just hit the
Oh
pavement
no,
and
I
died.
meant, well, yeah, that. But he would have known
Yeah, there would have been that.
for stories. For stories. The height requirement to ride it is 54 inches tall, and riders must be at least 14 years old. That's what it says here. That can't be true. The kid's 10. If that's the case,
the senator may have been down there wielding his
Yeah,
power.
maybe pulling some strings.
My
Getting this
son
kid on
will
there.
go on this ride, or I will shut you
My
down.
son will go on this ride with other great Americans.
we are not going to discriminate the fact that he's only 50 inches in stature. We will see to it that Caleb Schaub rides this.
At least once.
Yeah. So anyway, why don't we take a quick time out, and then we'll give you an update on the Olympics. Michael Phelps was out last night, and they had the swimming category going on.
Lots of swimming.
Yes. And an update on that biker, too, that took that nasty header. Was it the Dutch? Was it a Dutch woman?
Yeah, it was a Dutch chick. I remember that. Lots of Vandal
Van Deer.
sluices. Mm-hmm. Something to that effect.
Exactly. And she went down in a heap and lost out on a gold medal over it. More updates on her. So that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
General manager at Zod Ford and Holly. We're much closer than you think. And hey, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zod Ford and Holly. We're much closer than you think, and we specialize in getting folks out of their lease up to 12 months early. It doesn't matter what brand or how many miles you have on it. The team at Zod Ford will assist in terminating your current lease with no penalties and hook you up with a sweet new Ford. So dump your overpriced, over-mileage lease and let your friends at Zod Ford make your wildest dreams come true. Check out our astonishing deals and massive inventory at ZotFord.com.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. Biggie as well. I'm trying to keep tabs on the Olympics.
Yeah, I got
Let's go here.
home last night, and Manny and Russell were watching some gymnastics.
Yeah.
Some strange little chicks and leotards.
Flipping around.
Wee little chicks.
Oh, so weird.
God, what they do is amazing.
Are we just getting older and cynical and not care as much as, like, I feel like Mary Lou Retton was such a big deal. You remember that?
Yes.
Like
1984.
Yeah,
And who
like-
was the other one? Carrie Strug.
Carrie Strug, who was
Remember that
carried
little
off by
elf?
that creepy coach.
Yeah.
Did she
Yeah,
break her
yeah.
ankle or something?
Yeah, but she still stuck the landing. Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, they brought us so many memories.
Absolutely. I find it hard to follow a lot of this stuff. I don't know if it's the coverage and the way they do it, the way they bounce around. I never know what's live and what's replay and what's preliminary and what's actually worth something.
Yeah,
like, it's hard to follow.
I think what they were watching last night was a preliminary round, but the U.S. team kicked ass. Although Gabby Douglas, who I guess was the reigning all-around
Gold medal.
Yeah, she's not doing well and did not move on, I guess. But that Simone Biles, I think is her name. She did.
She did really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder. I don't know. Did we mention this yesterday? Like in the context of the volleyball discussion, how much they huddle and they congratulate each other and slap hands and hug and all that
constant.
shit.
It's
Dude,
constant.
Volleyball kills me, and gymnastics is the same way. All of this huddling and and you wonder, like, do these chicks even like each other? I mean, they are directly competing against each other in gymnastics.
Yeah.
And it's like you want, and you know they've known each other for 10 years on the circuit.
Right.
You know there's resentment.
Of course.
I mean, you're competing at the highest level. You're scratching and clawing. The mom's it's probably like a dance mom situation.
Yep.
And so when you see it, you wonder, like, how much of that is real and just for the cameras. They're like, oh my God.
I imagine all of it is, unless you're on a relay team and you're scoring, like my score is dependent on that you don't fucking drop the ball because I'd want to kill you.
Yeah. Even though they're Team USA, you probably do have a lot of resentment for them.
Dude, well, that's the first thing I thought when it was the Dutch cyclist that went down and took that header who's kicking ass and winning the thing by quite a bit and coming in the last few kilometers and bites it, and then her teammate passes her and is like, oh, wow, that sucks that she went down like that, but and then and my training kicked in and I went into, and you're like, yeah, you got over it immediately and went and got gold.
Opportunity.
And you're probably, honestly, behind closed doors, how could you not be going, oh my God, I got the gold medal? Yeah, it took her breaking a few vertebrae, but you know what?
Fuck her.
Dude, I've been working my ass off for 20 years for this
Yeah.
moment. Hell yes.
But, dude, the volleyball thing, obviously you're on the same team. You're working together trying to win. But that drives me nuts after every single
Hug it out
point.
after every point.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah.
I would just be like, guys, we don't have to slap hands after every time, okay?
Yeah.
I can remain in my position.
You're
Look at
gonna
the
have-
energy you're wasting. Everybody huddles up and slaps hands with every single. Wait, I didn't slap your hand. Oh, there you go.
If we win, we're going to have like 40 kill shots in this game. Like, we don't need to high five after every one of them. Because that's like watching a baseball player foul off 9 pitches and every time he's got to go fucking high five the bench.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just part of the game.
It's too much.
It is too much. What's with that one dude with the weird looking outfit in the middle of the men's volleyball, by the way?
I Googled it, Mike.
You did?
Yeah, Manny and I were watching that, and he asked me that question. I'm like, dude, there was a time when I knew this, and so, but I don't remember.
He's wee, too.
So we Googled it. It's a backline player. It's a guy who's designated. He can't finish.
So he can't go
He can
across
only
the line
bump
and
or
spike
set.
it.
He can only bump or set.
That's why he's wee.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's probably just a really good bumper. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And you play the back line the whole time.
So don't they rotate? I remember like rotating. Like,
Yeah,
now
but I
you're
don't think
serving.
those guys don't. They
and
stay
that
in the
dude
back.
just stays there.
That's what I read.
In his little red shorts. And don't you fucking cross that line.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
It's like, I may be wee, but I'm really good at bumping.
I'm good at this. But yeah, he's good at getting knocked on his ass. I mean, some of those serves come in so hard, and he gets knocked on his ass,
Yeah.
the little guy. And he, I
Doing
got
his
it.
job.
I got it. I'm going to do my job now. And he bumps it up, and he falls backwards. And
Yeah.
he gets back up. I still that's my favorite sport, though. I'll take the high fiving that they have to do and all that shit. Did you see Michael Phelps got underway last night too?
Wow, man.
Won another gold medal. His 19th gold as part of the men's 4x100 freestyle relay team. And then Katie, I'm always amazed at these, like that Katie Ledecky.
Yeah.
Is that her name? Who broke her own world record to win gold in the women's 400-meter freestyle.
Is she 19 now? I think she was 15 in London.
Right.
Her first Olympics.
Exactly.
I heard an interview with her, and she sounded legit. She wasn't just blowing smoke. She was like, no, I was just totally happy to make the team. Like, if I came in second to last, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
They're like, so how did it end up? Well, I won it. Won gold.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's amazing.
15.
Yeah. There was one of the guys on the U.S. team, the guy with the sunken chest, I think. Have you seen him?
I don't know. All those swimmers look alike to me.
Yeah, well, he came in. He got the bronze. Got his ass kicked. There's one dude, I think he's Great Britain, who's just like body lengths ahead of everybody else. I mean, he's just dominating. Petey. Last name might be Petey.
I don't remember the name, but I know which one you're talking about. He won. He's
just killing him.
He killed by like 5 seconds. He won that.
Yeah.
The one thing or something like that. By like to the next competitor, it was crazy.
But the American Cody Miller maybe.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think that's
might
right.
be.
I think that's right.
Totally going off memory here, but
no, I think you're right.
And he ends up winning the bronze, and it's just like yes. Fuck yes! Woo!
I'm the third best! I am the third best!
He was so fired up. But I get it. Like, dude, at least I got a medal.
Yeah.
And not waste the last few years. Like, his teammate who came in fourth is like, yeah, high-fiving and congratulations. It's like, no, dude, fuck that. Coming in fourth place in the Olympics blows.
Yeah, it was
blows.
Cody Miller because I watched that last night when you guys were getting like the show we were putting together or whatever.
And I don't understand things like that Petey guy or Katie Ledecky. Dude, she won hers last night by almost 5 seconds.
Well, what was the length of it? Depends on how far you're going. You going 400?
Yeah.
No. Was it?
Okay.
Yeah, it was the 400.
So 100 is there and back. So that's a long race. I mean,
Okay.
Although 5 seconds is a long time, she crushed. But
yeah, I think of those as just much closer. She dominated, broke her own world record. But seeing that Petey guy, especially though, where it's like 5 seconds. I mean, these are the best of the best of the best in the world, and you're could
that far ahead.
You could take a nap for 4.5 seconds and still beat all the best people in the world. It's amazing.
Did you see Phelps's polka dot body? Everybody's going.
I've seen a lot of those guys. The cupping.
Yeah, cupping.
Cupping.
Not to be confused with.
Docking is the insertion of one man's glands into the foreskin of another's.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with glands.
Are you sure?
This is a therapy consisting of having round glass suction cups warmed and then placed on sore parts of the body, Mike.
Look at that.
It's actually an ancient treatment. That does look weird.
Looks like
big
hickeys.
Yeah.
Looks like giant hickeys all over them. Yeah, that chick we're looking at now is.
That shit and that tape. You grabbed some of that tape. We were talking about that earlier.
KT tape.
It's just so hard to believe. I can almost believe that the warm suction cup would work more than the damn tape. Although I've heard from a lot of people, the tape works.
It does, Jay. It allows me to play harder, recover faster.
Is that right?
And prevent. Hold on. And it allows me to prevent injury, which is all I'm ever going for when I'm out there, working hard on the field.
Yeah.
In my chosen sport. I love that it allows me to play harder. I mean, that's why I use it.
Do you even know how to apply it?
I do.
It's a science on how you even strap it, and depending on where your soreness is and stuff.
Yeah, I don't have the manual. I used to have a manual that might be upstairs. But dude, I'm telling you, with my ankles and stuff, I have put this on and gone running, and it's been noticeably better. Like I wasn't as sore afterwards and stuff. So I was fine with it. I just don't really run that much anymore. So maybe I'll fire that KT tape back up and get back out there, huh?
Get out on the trail.
Did you see this NBC commentator, by the way, for the Olympics, forced to apologize for sexist comments?
I did, yeah. He gave too much credit to a husband coach or something.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about the one girl's sweet set of titties out there, and people were like, "Oh, what a sexist pig!" But it wasn't. It was he gave too much credit, as you said, to the husband for helping her.
What?
We kind of talked about coaches yesterday. What's the event? She's a swimmer.
Yeah.
So is he like, go faster this time, stroke harder?
Yeah, you want to stretch as far as you can and let your arm.
He's talking about swimming, right?
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Go faster, stroke hard. Go faster, stroke harder.
Mm-hmm. She's like, where have I heard this before? But yeah, he's like, whatever you did that last time looks great, but you lost by a hair to that other chick. Next time, let's try to beat her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just be in front of her a little bit. Just by it
doesn't
be a nanosecond.
Yeah, you don't need to be like 5 seconds in front of her, but
or you could if you wanted. We saw that from Petey from Great Britain.
Absolutely.
Great example of that. It's just a nanosecond will do. Just be a little bit faster.
The thing you want to do here, as your coach, I'm going to coach you up here. I want you to, when you jump into the water, when you get to the other side, you want to touch the wall before any of the other people that
And
are in
then
the other
turn.
lanes.
Turn and go the other way.
Well, yeah, if it's just one lap, you want to touch the wall first. If not, you go to the other side, you flip, you kick back. You want to preferably get a good kick off the wall. And then when you're coming back, you want to touch the wall, be the first one to touch the wall.
It's good coaching right there.
Yeah, right?
It's good
You
coaching.
know what I mean? I might advise some of them to shave their body hair, obviously, to pick up
Reduce
some
drag.
speed.
I'd be like, reduce drag.
Yeah.
Don't wear a shirt in there.
Yeah.
Wear a tight-fitting bathing suit.
Yeah. Wear a Speedo, preferably. I'd go the Speedo route. Goggles. You want goggles.
A bathing cap.
So this coach apparently was cheering really loud on the sidelines, and this it was Katinka Hosu, and is the husband of Katinka Hosu is the guy responsible for her turnaround. The Dan Hicks said during his commentary, and people are saying that comment was sexist. Sexist pig.
Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! What can you even say anymore? That
Well, the problem is you want the guy to be able to just go, yeah, go fuck yourself. How about that? That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. So
of course you can't
He
though.
is deeply sorry.
Should I
for
bring up
anyone
that
he may
list
have
again?
offended.
Should I go back to the
with live TV, there are often times you look back and wished you'd said things differently.
What would you have said differently? If she had a different coach, this coach came in, she's done better. You have to say that, like, well, he's.
I think the girl was in the Olympics a few years ago and didn't do as well. Came and then started working with this guy. Ended up marrying him, and
He had some of the advice we probably
He
just
had
gave.
some amazing advice. Got her to touch the wall ahead of anybody else. I mean, dude. Really groundbreaking shit as a coach. And apparently, she's dominating now. And he's like, this is the guy that's coached her to this point and got her to this point. And so, and the chick even says that, like, I can't. This guy's been amazing.
Yeah.
And so,
I've heard athletes do that. Credit coaches or
Yeah.
teammates.
I mean,
It's okay.
I wonder if the spite would be so loud, if people would be so angry if it was a female coach.
No way.
You know what I mean?
Oh
It's-
God, no.
Or if it was
the
even a black
opposite.
coach. Does it just have to be a white guy? Is it that it's a white male that is he to go, fuck him, he didn't do anything. She did it all. She's the world record holder.
And how come she didn't do it?
She's the one that touched the wall first, not him. So anyway, people were all pissed off.
Oh my God. Oh my.
Critics slammed Hicks for failing to give Huza the credit
Who
for
are the
her
critics?
work. Twitter.
Facebook,
Facebook, Twitter.
The critics.
Critics. But he responded Sunday saying it's impossible to tell her story accurately without giving appropriate credit to Shane, and that's what I was trying to say. Tussup was
Did
shown
it inartfully, and I apologize for that.
So people were saying Cameron Esposito took to Twitter. Wait, what did I just watch? She smashes the world record, and NBC accused the husband coach with "There's the person responsible for this." What? Lauren Rankin wrote, "Newsflash! It was Huza in the pool. It was Huza who smashed a world record, but her husband's the one responsible? Sexist!" She goes on to say, "I'm sure Huza's husband is lovely, but Jesus!"
That's really astounding.
All caps. "Can we give the woman a little credit? No! Ah!" She actually says, too. All caps.
Oh.
That's where we are. That's where we are.
God.
It's unbelievable. And then the chick that took that faceplant that we talked about, she's talked...
Van Hoozelduzen or whatever.
Exactly, Van Dingle Hooser.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing great.
Van with a lowercase v. Right?
Oh, it is. You're right. Yeah, I didn't notice
Always
that.
is.
Yeah, it was quite a unbelievable spill faceplant she took. She tweeted out this morning, "I'm now in the hospital with some injuries and fractures, but I'll be fine. Most of all, super disappointed after best race of my career." So she's got to be in intensive care for 24 hours. And then cracked vertebrae in her back, dude.
You train all that time for that moment.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Hey, Mike, this is the final week of Zott Ford's amazing Key for Key event. Right now, you can exchange your current vehicle for a brand new 2016 or 2017 Ford without spending a dime out of your pocket. Also, their goal is to match or lower your monthly payment. Zott Ford will assist you in terminating the remainder of your loan or lease, no matter what you owe. This event features a straight Key for Key exchange. Give them the keys to your vehicle, and they will give you the keys to a brand new Ford. Plus, Zott Ford will make your first month's payment. So hurry, this is the final week.
I hope you're not catching a flight out of Delta today.
Oh, boy.
See
All
what's
of
going on.
Delta.
Like worldwide. All of Delta.
That's like basically, what, 90% of Detroit Metro?
Yeah, is it Delta? I always thought it was Northwest. We were a Northwest hub for forever.
Yeah, but Delta bought them, didn't they?
Did Delta buy them? So are we mostly
like
Delta now?
15 years ago or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Am I wrong on that? Am
I
I
don't
imagining
know.
that?
I don't know. You're probably
Delta's-
right.
I don't know. Delta and
We are a
Southwest.
We're a main Delta hub. Isn't that like the main terminal?
Well-
It's Delta, right?
Well,
Yeah.
if you go to that
Probably
new one,
right.
the quote unquote new terminal, the
McNamara.
McNamara, that pretty much that's Delta and International, I think, essentially. The other one, the old one, is like Southwest, Spirit, those
yeah,
ones.
but that's
So-
like
Yeah.
10% of the airport.
Yeah.
Delta is whatever.
Everything. I think I'm flying
My
Delta
point
next
is
month.
that would suck to be at Detroit Metro today and not be able to fly out.
Yes, they had some sort of glitch. There are rumors that there was some sort of terrorist attack on their computer or hack into their computers. There were some grumblings of passengers hearing pilots talking about that.
The
there was some
saboteur?
Perhaps. I don't know if there's any truth to that. I haven't read many reports about that. But what I have read is that they've canceled all departure flights, and the flights that were in the air were fine. They didn't just plummet them into the ground. They let them continue their
Finish
route.
those out.
Yeah, which is good. I was worried for a second. Like, oh my God, are they going to nosedive like 3,000 planes? Like, that would have sucked.
No, they let them finish that
The
wide arc.
Giant
not
arc.
the straight across, but that
Hell no.
arc that they fly in.
But they've grounded all flights since then. Systems are down everywhere, causing chaos for passengers hoping to travel. No matter where you are in the world today, the carrier, they say, operates almost 5,000 flights per day across the globe. A statement from Delta said, we experienced a computer outage that has impacted flights scheduled for this morning. Flights awaiting departure are currently delayed. Flights en route are operating normally. Delta is advising travelers to check the status of flights, blah, blah, blah. It's believed that a power outage in Atlanta, Georgia caused the computer collapse. There's no estimate on when the systems will be back up and running. So, yeah, you got the normal video of people sleeping in the...
Dude. You think they'd have a backup to the backup to the backup.
Right.
Man.
I think they do. I think they spend billions of dollars on those backup systems, having one that's a ghost site standing up. But I feel like that's how it's going to end for us as a society. We're so reliant on these computer systems and for
That whole
security
grid
stuff.
going down. What year was that when that happened? That summer. It was in
2007?
August.
Yeah, August.
Was it 9 years ago?
Something
could have been.
like that.
That was debilitating.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where the whole East Coast went down, you
remember
mean?
being hot as shit.
I remember I had a flight out that day to San Diego. I was going to visit Deuced. God damn it, son.
God damn it. God
And
damn
so
it, myself.
I missed it the whole time when that power was out. I was on the other side of the country and not worried about it. But yeah, that was bad, dude. That was really bad. This is like, no matter how strong and tough your military is, if it just takes some geek somewhere, some nerd who just wants to be a dick and can
take them down.
watch this, see how America handles this, and they just take the whole goddamn thing out. You got nerds working around the clock to do it. You could paralyze this country.
Yeah.
That was August of 2003, dude. I can't believe that.
Woo! Was it that long?
13.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
And then we got a couple skydivers over the weekend that died. Yeah. This is what we were
Tandem
worried about.
jump.
Yeah, one of those tandems where you're stapled to the guy and then you go down together. And yeah, it's not very good, man. The mother of this disabled skydiver who went up says that his last words were, "I love you." Francine Salazar described her son Tyler Turner. He's 18, just graduated high school, and he prayed before getting on the plane for his first ever jump. I feel him. We were in that moment, like, oh my God, what are we doing? Gab was legitimately mad. She was mad
Yeah.
that we were risking this. Salazar had accompanied Tyler to so mom went with him, like, oh, my boy's going on a parachute jump. parachute center.
How disabled was he?
He had a touch of the palsy.
Played a part? No. I mean, he wasn't being asked to pull the ripcord, was he?
I don't know.
Were we asking a palsied individual to pull the ripcord?
I don't think they would do that, but I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Do you push that into his palsied hands?
I don't think you do. They put it in my hands, and I dropped the ball.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Did you pull your cord?
No.
I didn't either. But he's like, here's what I need you to do.
He didn't give me the option.
Yeah, he gave me the option.
I don't think they ever give the option. I can't believe they did it with you. Maybe it's just because your situation and who you were going
He probably
with.
had a fake one. He's probably like, yeah, Mike,
you're
pull this.
You're not able to do that, I think, your first time up.
Dude, he was like, when we get going, we'll be fucking screaming towards the earth. It'll be awesome. You're going to love it. And then once I say the word, or once we get to a certain point, you're going to want to pay attention. Once we hit, X feet, you're going to want to reach back and you're going to feel a ball. And I'm like, I don't want to reach back and feel a ball. He's like, it's going to feel like a golf ball.
You're going to be jammed in your back, the small of your back most
You'll
of the time.
feel them right at the top of your butt crack. You're going to feel something hard, and you're going to feel a ball. And I need you to yank on that thing. And I was like, all right. And I was like, yeah, I got it. He's like, you got that? I'm like, yeah. I'll reach back, I'll feel the ball, and I'll pull it, and that's going to... It never
dawned on you.
I was just in pure, yeah, woo, woo. I could have done that till we hit the ground.
Yeah.
There was the thought of pulling anything was so far removed from my thought, and finally he was like, well, I could just hear the thoughts in his head. I guess I have to do everything, and then he pulled it.
Yeah.
So if they gave it to the palsied individual to handle, it's kind of a dick move. But I would hope the guy would go, okay, I guess he's not going to pull it. I guess I'll do it. So yeah, he said before he got on the plane, he knelt down and prayed, made his peace with God, and then turned around and gave me a great big huge hug. He said, "I love you, Mom," and then he got on the plane. Tyler's instructor also died in the jump. Bill Dowsey is the owner of this center where this happened. The bodies of Turner and his instructor were found in a vineyard in the town of Lodi in the Central Valley in California. They went down about 10 a.m. His mother said she was on the edge before her son even went up because an instructor told him, "Hey, you don't need to finish watching the safety instruction video." Oof. Yeah, and Bill this fucking Dowsey guy that owns the place, Bill.
Yeah.
He's reckless, man. He's funny. I've read some of his quotes. He's like, wouldn't have helped him anyways. Wouldn't have helped him.
The safety video?
Yes. Wouldn't have made any difference if he'd watched it. It's an unfortunate accident. I know she's grasping for reasons.
Ugh.
This is what he says to the mother who just watched her kid plummet to the earth and die.
Yeah, she's setting up a lawsuit. I can feel it.
Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, we're just as upset as she is.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, we had to dig these guys out of a freaking hole in the vineyard.
Damn near ruined one of our shoots.
Yeah.
Shit, you try to get blood and matter out of a suit like that, might as well throw it away. So we're just as devastated as she is. Salazar said her son planned to attend UC Merced in the fall to study biochemical engineering because he was born with a touch of the palsy of a cerebral nature. And so he wanted to help others with that unfortunate disease. Dowsey also said, look, I'm always liable, but I'm not concerned. We didn't do anything wrong. Like, this is the day this happened, not afterwards. He's like, it's a love of the sport. You keep going. You feel sorry for the people that can't participate any longer.
Oh, my God.
Right?
But he's going off script. This is what we like, right?
I know.
We don't want the thoughts and prayers. We want real statements.
Yes.
By real people.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Go fuck yourself. The kid died. Sorry, it happens. It's a dangerous thing. Everybody knows that.
He was damaged goods anyway.
That would have been over the line.
Maybe.
In May, a plane with 17 skydivers took off from this guy's center, clipped a truck, and landed upside down. No one was too seriously hurt in that one, though. They're fine. Another skydiver at the center in February died after his parachute failed to it malfunctioned. He's blaming the chute on that one. He says, look, man, high-risk activity is what this is. None of the incidents or accidents that have happened here or since 1981 have been related to each other. So back off, Bill Dowsey.
Break a few eggs.
That's right. And then, did we do the Bernie Ecclestone?
The follow-up where he was like, yeah, I was not going to pay ransom.
Yeah.
I was not.
He's the Formula One billionaire.
whose mother-in-law was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Could you kidnap a worse subject than the guy's mother-in-law?
More details have come out about it. Apparently, and he's talked about it. He said they threatened to send back her severed head in a bag.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting the money.
He was speaking about Mrs. Shunk, the 67-year-old mother-in-law. He recalled the full horror of the 9 days she was missing, and that's when he said that. The threat came in an email sent by the kidnappers a week after they'd taken Ms. Shunk and demanded a ransom of $36 million. The 85-year-old spoke proudly of the involvement of his wife in the matter. He's like, oh, yeah, she was great. She was working with the police. She worked with the police till 4 a.m. every night. She was terrific. Asked about the ransom demand by the gang, he said, yeah, I never intended to pay them. Sorry. All my friends know that I wouldn't pay a penny for a mother-in-law.
wow. He had to be joking, right? At that point?
There's a lot of truth said in jest, as they say, Jay.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's awesome.
Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit.
is it?
What?
Oh, it's true.
Is
That's
it?
bullshit.
That is bullshit. I agree with that because I'm sarcastic all the time. Are you saying I'm low man on the totem pole?
I think that's
I didn't
some
write
bullshit, dude. If people think that.
Yeah, so wouldn't pay a penny for a mother-in-law. Ask any of my friends; they'll all tell you. And then over the weekend too, we had this New Jersey guy. Did you see that guy that died of lung cancer?
Yeah, and his wife did an obit, and his longtime girl did an obit.
Yeah.
And the paper lined them right up next to each other.
Bang bang, one right after the other. It's according to the Philly Voice, the obits for Leroy Black and shit appeared on in Friday's press of Atlantic City. One death notice says that Mr. Black is survived by his wife, Beretta Harrison Black, his son Jazz, and 2 other children from a different relationship.
His son Jazz.
Jazz Black, hell yeah. And then directly below that obit is another one that incorporates the nickname for Black, Blast. Mr. Blast makes no mention of his wife, but does say he's survived by his son Jazz, 6 siblings, and longtime girlfriend Princess Hall. Oh, Princess.
Blast and Princess.
There they are. It's the same picture, too.
Yeah.
It's the identical. That's hilarious. A funeral home spokesman said having 2 of them were necessary because the wife wanted it one way and the girlfriend wanted it another way.
So awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Egg Harbor Township. Yeah, poor son of a bitch. We talked about Suicide Squad last week.
Mm-hmm.
Which
was getting panned.
It was getting killed when people were talking about it. It killed over the weekend, though.
Yeah, it shows how much people give a shit about those reviews, right?
Yeah, well, it'll be. I kind of sort of expected it to have a big opening just because of all the press that it was getting. But whether or not it continues to have that huge...
Well, yeah, because people trust word of mouth of their friends. My point is, you hear them getting panned by the experts. It's like, okay, dude, I'm going to see this for myself. Whatever.
Yeah, I still kind of want to see it.
Yeah, part of me does too.
Yeah, maybe we'll go see it. It debuted at #1 at the box office, earned $135.1 million, smashing the record for the biggest August take previously held by Guardians of the Galaxy, which took in $94.3 million in 2014.
Wow,
That's
they did smash it.
incredible.
This was long awaited, though. You know, and anytime you add in the Joker to shit, everybody goes nutty, right?
I hear he's not really in it that much, though. Jared Leto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's sort of like a side story to
Yeah.
the whole thing.
What is that going to play in future movies or something? You think?
Probably. That's what I've read is like DC, Marvel and DC. They just make these damn superhero movies, and they're all setups for another line, and they want to see kind of who hits. Like I guess that Black Panther character and the latest Captain America was loved by so many. So they're like, okay,
really?
we're going to do a Black Panther movie now.
I wonder if
Awesome.
Deadpool, where that falls, because that was huge.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You saw that, right?
No.
Dude, you got to see that movie. You'd love that.
Really?
Yeah, I think
It's a
so.
superhero?
Yeah, but it's kind of a gag on the whole superhero things. I mean, he's an asshole, and it's a good movie. It definitely is a good movie. But yeah, it was slammed by all these people. But yeah, it took down everybody. It took down what's the Bourne movie?
Oh, okay.
The Jason Bourne movie, which in its second week, so took 22.7 million. But Yeah, I still kind of want to see it.
Doesn't everybody sort of wait for that big summer blockbuster though? And this was the one, right? That was being hyped as that, and everybody's waiting so long for it. This was being hyped a year ago at a pretty high level, you know?
Yeah.
All these superhero geeks get so damn hard for that stuff.
Yeah. I don't get it. I would have thought you were more into those superhero movies than you are. You're not.
No, I never got into comic books. My brother was, and Deuced was.
Deuced was
Those two
huge.
would nerd out all the time on Alpha Flight and X-Men. God.
Yeah, Derek has the.
Deuced was the X-Men guy, and my brother was Alpha Flight, which is like the Canadian version of X-Men. I swear
Really?
to God, yeah.
Wow. Does he still have them?
Yeah, he has a ton of them.
Yeah, so does Deuce, as far as I know. Marcel was into one of them too.
Damn it, Marcel.
Marcel might have gotten huge into like Superman early on. He might have been in
Batman or Superman?
Yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah,
Oh
there's
my God,
Alpha
dude,
Flight.
I've never even heard of
Sasquatch.
Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a nerdy superhero thing. Like,
yeah.
what is Chat? What are you thinking?
This is like a dumbed down version of them, though. These are like models of them.
Witchfire?
That's not how they're
Nemesis?
really drawn. They're drawn like X-Men.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, that's a girly version or something. But yeah, Puck was one. Yeah, there's Puck with the big P.
Silver Puck, you mean?
Shaman. Yeah, Silver Puck. Yeah, I remember Sasquatch. He was all into that shit.
Oh, that looks cool.
Nerds!
That was a Marvel. Back in '92. Before we get to email, a couple things really quick. Remember we were talking about flossing?
Yeah.
Dude, did you see that report that came out a week ago? I've been sitting on the story for a week. I don't know why. We've just never gotten to it, but
It's not as important as they say, maybe?
they're saying, well, for decades, they'd insisted that daily flossing necessary to prevent cavities, gingivitis.
Makes a lot of sense. You're getting the shit in between the teeth that you're not going
Right.
to get with a brush.
Turns out it might all be overrated.
Well,
What?
well.
Oh, damn it.
The latest dietary guidelines for Americans issued by the Department of Health and Human Services quietly on the download dropped flossing completely as part without notice. So like all of their health, they're just like, yeah, just take it off the list.
Just go ahead and delete
What?
that.
Yes.
Just highlight that and push delete.
Don't say anything about it. Just drop it and see if anyone notices. And people noticed. The Associated Press reported that officials had never researched the effectiveness of regular flossing as required.
So we're just being
before making
fed a
Ameri-
line.
Yes,
Huh.
I know.
What about the whole gingivitis thing?
I don't
Do
know.
they say it's? I mean,
You
they,
seen the
they-
diagrams where you see the floss go and then all the little particles come out?
the green flakes?
Yeah.
Well, like Jay
What
says, it
about
does
those?
make sense because there's no way. I mean, you even if you brush, it doesn't.
Sounds reasonable, right?
You have to get that crap between the teeth. It doesn't
And shit's coming out. You feel
right.
it.
I see it.
You feel fresher after you did it. Once you get all that blood out of your mouth.
I know, right?
Okay.
Once your gums calm the fuck down.
3 days later. The revelation has caused a stir among guilt-ridden citizens who strive to floss daily but fall way short of the lofty goal. Among experts, however, it has been something of an open secret that flossing has been shown to prevent has not been shown to prevent cavities.
Wow.
Or severe periodontal. Is it periodontal?
I think so.
Periodontal?
Well, then what are we gonna?
Periodontal disease. Just brush, son of a bitch. Don't worry about it.
Is that what it says?
It
That's
says
what it says,
brush,
quote.
brush, son of a bitch, and don't worry about it. A review of 12 randomized controlled trials in 2011 found only very unreliable evidence that flossing might reduce plaque after 1 in 3 months. Researchers could not find any studies on the effectiveness of flossing combined with brushing for cavity prevention.
That's funny, man. I was starting to feel guilty about it, and I even tried one of those little things.
Take it off your plate.
You know, those little things that are built onto the little stalk?
Yeah.
Little toothpick thing with the line across it. I tried it. I
Yeah.
was like, maybe I can get into
They
this.
turn red almost immediately
Yeah,
when you
it's
do
weird.
those. That when you pull that that thing on the stick out, it's just like red, like I've never seen. It's
That's
crazy.
like that's the majority of your normal dental checkup is the flossing part. I feel like the brushing, because you feel like we can brush our teeth, but you always think that they can get in there because of their.
No, they pick the shit out of you. You think the flossing takes long? Dude, it's that picking. It's that scraping.
Oh
and
yeah, I
picking.
guess you're right.
They do, however, say that there might be some benefits to it with gingivitis and stuff like that, but it's hard to get good data on it because we're such shit flossers. Like we just go in between the tooth and. But I think they had some testing that was like when the dentist did it on kids like Sweet Pie's age every day for 2 months and like really got in how you're supposed to do it. I guess their teeth were great and never showed signs of something. But we suck at doing it, or we don't do it at all.
Experiment subjects were taking their kids in every day to be flossed by a dentist.
I guess.
God, that's commitment.
Yeah. Yeah, but they didn't have any research to see if it was any good or not. So don't worry about it. Take it over. You're done flossing.
It's not a bad thing, E.
I know, but you know what? I
didn't
really
hurt yourself.
Believed
you don't
that
know
flossing
that,
was more important than the brushing. Like I actually thought that seemed to be more important.
I could buy into that too if it weren't for science telling me otherwise.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with any of these stories. I don't fucking trust them. And for all we know, in 10 years, there's going to be a report that comes out that says, turns out flossing was criminal to those teeth. I can't believe what they did to those kids. By irritating the gum line like you did for all those years, you caused irreparable damage and weakened the tooth and the gum line. And here you are every day, and you kept irritating it. That's why it was bleeding for a reason. It was telling you to knock that shit off and leave us alone. You just don't know.
Listen to your body.
Yeah.
But it also could be the other way, dude.
It could.
Yeah.
Dude, when we were kids, it was like, well, if you want to be healthy, drink Diet Coke. I mean, Diet Coke is the way to go. And it was like, you could taste it and go, no, this is bullshit. This is gross. This can't be healthier for you.
Yeah.
And then you find out years later, oh God, it's even worse. You would have been better off just drinking Coke.
I think of the example of wine. Everybody, red wine. How many glasses of red wine per week are you supposed to drink now for good heart health?
Yeah.
Really? Just seems counterintuitive, but okay.
Yeah. We always talk about local news and how terrible it is. And if you were to really consistently watch it, every month there's always one about chocolate. There's always one about chocolate. We're like, oh, new news says that it is good to have chocolate, a little chocolate every day. And then
dark chocolate.
Yeah, then a month later they'll say like, oh, well, it turns out that chocolate was not good at all to be eaten. And it's just, they just do these studies.
What are we to do?
I think you just go about your existence,
Right.
man, and you don't sweat that shit. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm just fingers crossed. And no offense to you, Jay. I know this is going to hurt somewhere down the line, but I'm convinced they're going to come out with reports that are like, yeah, all that working out you did and all that healthy eating you did was absolutely dreadful for your bodies. I mean, your bodies were meant to hibernate during the winter.
Oh, I know that. Believe me, I know that. Steve ruined that.
All the stress you've been putting on your muscles. Why would you do that? They're there to help you through life, and here you are just like fucking stressing them to the max over and over and over and over again.
I think good cardiovascular health has proven to be a true.
Yeah,
We'll see how
that's
experts are on the fence about this one. That's all.
not cardiovascular health.
Experts are on the fence about this one. We'll see how this plays out in the long term.
Okay.
We just don't know yet. And then did you see, remember that scary Lucy statue?
Yeah, we looked at that many moons ago. In her hometown, right? Some asshole built a statue to Lucille Ball, and it is awful looking. It is the most awful rendition of Lucy you could ever make.
It's at the Lucille Ball Memorial Park in the village of Celeron in New York. I'm not sure where that is, but that one, which looks like a monster.
It does.
Bronze statue of her was in the park, and people were like, ugh. As soon as they saw it, they were horrified by it. The new statue's finally up. Yeah, there's the old one that E's got up on the screen if you're watching this on YouTube.
God, it looks like an Italian mobster or something.
Yeah.
It does not look like Lucy.
I mean, before you got to the bronzing stage of the process, wouldn't you be able to take one look at that and go, okay, back to the drawing board. I've screwed this up. You know what I mean?
It's like it's similar to the damn the head that was made in the Hello video.
Oh, Lionel Richie.
Yes. Similarly bad.
Hello.
So,
is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. All there feeling lonely. Or is someone loving you? I don't have it in your heart, but I haven't got a clue. So let me start by saying, I love you.
Yeah, that video.
Yeah. I remember that. The head was too big.
Oh.
If I remember correctly, the head was
awful.
huge.
It was freaking huge. It was so bad. But it was made by a blind girl.
That's true. In their defense,
she had only felt his face.
You see if you can find the hello head, Lionel Richie hello clay head. I don't want to pull it up and get our video yanked, but so anyway, they went back to the drawing board on Lucille Ball, and that new statue is beautiful.
Yeah, that looks like Lucy. There you go.
with the polka dot dress.
But in the first one, I like it. She's trying to feed you Vitavegemin. Is that what that is?
Seriously?
Yeah, I think it is.
What is that?
I don't know. It's one of
reference
the classic episodes.
Oh, okay.
In the second one, she's
Why
just
wouldn't-
kind of standing.
Why wouldn't they ever stomping on grapes or eating chocolates?
Yeah.
Weren't those big
the
episodes?
chocolate line, right?
Yeah.
The classic. Her and Ethel trying to keep up. It looks like the Soul Glow guy from Coming to America.
Yes, totally. Look at that jawline.
You got the Soul Glow.
Yeah, it's not a good. It looks like a Hulk version of Lionel Richie. Anyway, so my first thought was, what are you doing with the old statue?
We'll take it. We'll take it.
You know what they did? They moved it to a different part of the park, which is smart. They said it's such a hideous mess monster that it attracts more people than anything else. People come from far and wide just to see the scary version statue. So they're like, well, we can't throw it away.
Wow.
We can't melt it down. It's a huge popular attraction now because it's so gross. The guy that actually made the statue,
Is he still
Dave
living? The guy who
Poulin,
made the original?
he apologized for the toothy bronze piece and characterized his own work as, quote, unsettling.
What was he thinking? Hey, speaking of statues, where the hell is the RoboCop that was supposed to go downtown in Detroit?
After the new movie, RoboCop?
No, it was built on the old RoboCop design. Remember that? People GoFundMe'd it.
Did
Or
it not hit his
Kickstarter or
GoFundMe?
something? Dude, it was a go, man. I
Really?
remember seeing in the paper it was like being built, it was being bronzed, all that shit. It was like 8 feet tall. Where is it?
Wow. So this is we're trying to compete with Philadelphia now. Is that
Yeah,
what we're
with
doing
Rocky.
here? Okay.
No, it was huge. This was like a couple of years ago. Everybody.
Why
knew
don't I
about this
remember
shit.
that?
I don't know.
See
E.
if you can find it, E.
I remember the talk of it. I don't remember why it's not there.
It was totally a go. I remember seeing it in stages of completion.
Huh.
The hell is RoboCop?
Question, I don't know.
God, here's an article from February of this year saying a giant RoboCop statue will tower over Detroit.
When?
I don't know when though.
And where?
Look
at that son of a bitch, huh?
Is that it being built?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
This is a story from February, so I don't.
He is. That son of a bitch is
That's-
bigger than 8 feet tall.
Yeah, that's got to be 12 feet tall.
I mean,
right?
unless that's a 4-foot man there, unless that's just a wisp of
It's
a man.
Lilliputian standing there. No, dude, that's probably 10 feet, right? 12 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcoming you to
Campaign
the city.
was-
Look at that shit.
$67,000, a huge amount for Kickstarter in 2011.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, in the years, the cool buck bought a stream of updates that eventually slowed to a trigger the 10th update.
Yeah, 10 foot tall. The last update came in 2014 when the project leaders promised a completed 3,000-pound statue by spring 2015. Scroll down, E. And then radio silence. I'd largely forgotten about the project since then, wondering about it occasionally, but frankly assuming that funds had run out. But hark, news from the West. A Sunday email from RoboCop statue team revealed a completed bronze head and other exciting bits and pieces. Okay, so they're still going with it.
Here's an article.
Better still be going with it. They raised $68K.
Yeah.
They'd be
Although,
pissed
as
if
we
I-
know, they don't have any. Like, you're not
Yeah,
entitled.
no obligation, right?
Yeah, they could take that money and just go, yeah, screw you guys. See ya. I'm out.
Yeah, we thought about RoboCop, decided against it.
Yeah, we decided we could do way more cool things with $67,000, so we decided to do that instead. But thanks for your support.
I have to read this article, but here's one from just July 26th now. Meet the man preserving Detroit's bronze history, creating a RoboCop statue. So I have to read this, but
We need to call this guy.
Yeah.
We need to get
Find
the
out what the
bottom
deal
of it.
is. Yeah, see if you can find some phone
If
numbers. for
I'm
people
wondering,
involved.
that means countless others are wondering as well.
yes, and you've got a platform that they don't have. You're the voice for the voiceless.
We
Jay.
need to look into this.
You really are the voice for the voiceless.
I have an obligation to track down the RoboCop bronzer.
I want to know, dude. 2011.
Yeah, right.
Hello. 5 years to whip up a bronze statue.
Yeah.
That Lucy looked like a monster
Yeah.
a year and a half ago, and within a short year and a half, they've got this gorgeous
Replacement.
statuette. It's unbelievable.
We have some email, Mike.
What do we got?
Before we get to that, got to mention our buddy Mark Leibovitz. You all know Mark Leibovitz at
Oh, I
LPL
do.
Financial by now. He's offering our listeners a great special. If you're one of the next 10 listeners to make an appointment for a no-cost, no-obligation portfolio review, he'll give you $50 gift certificate to your favorite restaurant. If you've been thinking about calling Mark, now's the time to do it. Call 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Am I allowed to say that he's helping me with shit?
I think so. You can say whatever you want.
He's fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
I've been very, very impressed with Merck. I got to be honest with you. I feel like I know more than I ever did before. I think what a lot of people do is they leave a job and we're so trained to not touch our 401k. You're told to forget about it. Just forget it exists. Let money go there. And I think there's a shitload of people that do just what I did. Leave a job. 3 years later, they go.
It's all in bonds.
And it's all in junk. It's in shit, and it's not making anything. And here it's like, no, I don't even want to think about it. No, leave me out of it. They told me to leave it alone and let it. But
no, it's not properly invested.
It's not invested.
And that's what Merck will do.
He took one look at my shit. He was like, dude, I'm sorry to tell you this, but
the shaking of the head. I mean, he almost hurt his neck.
He's like, this is criminal.
Yeah.
It's
criminal was the phrase.
Yeah. And so I feel so much better because it was a no-cost obligation, not to be a shill for Merck, but it was amazing getting in there and getting some real help to like, dude.
Didn't he tell you?
At least going forward, it'll be better off than I would have been.
And I know this is complete no-no to say with a financial advisor, but didn't he mention something like, had you invested this over the years that you let it sit?
I didn't want to even go there, dude. I don't even want to say what he said. What should have happened to your he said, if any nitwit had done anything remotely with your money over the last few years, here's what probably would have happened.
If a baboon had chosen the investments.
Yes.
But instead we left it to you.
Yes. You left it to this baboon, this particular one, pointing at myself. And, it just sat there and did absolutely nothing but collect cobwebs. And I have a feeling that some of you that are laughing right now at my harsh luck are dealing with the same shit and probably don't even realize it.
Gary writes in, love the show, even the retard. Keep up the great work. This is from my wedding, a dick funeral, he says. Apparently we had a Pokemon bridesmaid. Check it out. Looks like a lovely affair. Some dude from the upper deck shooting down takes a picture of the bride and groom standing there, stating their nuptials.
Yep.
In front of what appears to be a non-traditional.
Is that a Pikachu?
I don't know what the hell that is. There's a Pokemon. It's definitely placed in the bridesmaid line, but is this some sort of non-traditional wedding? That is not a pastor or priest.
Looks like a dude in a suit and tie.
Looks like a buddy went and got ordained.
Hell yes.
I need to know more.
I want to know more.
Look at the lovely lavender.
Does he even have a shawl around his neck?
No. He's in a suit, dude. He's in a tux himself.
Wow.
Look at the lavender, though. I can't believe that's not what jumped out at you personally. The lavender bridesmaid dresses, just lovely.
You think that's lovely? Don't they? Isn't the goal to make them frump them up a little bit so that they don't detract from the hotness of the bride?
Yeah.
So you want to homely them up?
I think
put them in
that's part of
skank dresses.
Yeah, looks a little pretentious. I gotta admit, little pretentious.
Is that really what what that's supposed to be?
Well, they're not supposed to outdo her. No one's supposed to outdo.
Yeah,
the
you're
bride.
supposed
Come
to.
on, Eve.
You're supposed to ugly up the bridesmaids as much as you can. You don't want them outshine. And
What do you do
if
when you
you've
got
got
a
an
really
ugly,
ugly
if you've
bride?
got an ugly bride to start with, you could be in some real trouble. So you really, you'll have to take some serious measures to homely them up.
Is this a little pretentious? I wonder what the venue is here.
Looks like some very, very high ceilings.
Yeah.
It looks almost church-like.
Vaulted.
Vaulted for sure.
We've got arches. Got some lovely ordainments. I need to know more about this. I want to know who's mirroring them.
The fact that
what
there's
the
a balcony
circumstances are.
should speak volumes too. There's someone on a balcony level.
Yeah, that's not a traditional church. It's a cool place. Alex writes in, morning, gents. Just listening to yesterday's show and immediately knew what Kadog was talking about as soon as he said he knew all the countries in '94. By the way, Kadog is spelled K-D-O-G-G, as anyone would know.
Yeah,
Okay,
I will write just for proper verbiage K-A-D-O-G-G when I want to stress Kadog. But if you're just saying K-Dog, it's K-D-O-G-G.
Yeah, there's definitely no W in there, people. Okay.
And there's certainly more than one G. Hello, we shouldn't need to explain this to people.
So I thought I'd drop some knowledge about that song. My brother and I went to a very small Comic-Con a couple years ago outside Detroit. The only reason we went was because none other than Rob Paulson was going to be there. Know who that is, right, Mike?
Sure.
Rob Paulson.
Explain it to
he's
everybody.
huge in the voiceover world. Huge.
Sure.
Does Raphael from the original TMNT cartoon.
Damn.
And Donatello.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Donatello in the newest version. My God, that's versatility. How do you do Raphael and then Donatello in the next one? How do you do that?
I have no idea.
That's like, I'm Han Solo in one movie and Luke Skywalker in another.
Yeah. Not quite the same, but sure. I see where you're going with that.
Fucking amazing.
They both eat pizza.
He's Pinky from Pinky and the Brain.
Awesome.
Pinky's sweet.
And Yakko from Animaniacs, to name a few. He was also born in Detroit and went to Grand Blanc High School. Anyway, he did a panel where he took questions and just hung out with the audience, basically. One person asked about the World Country song. He said the guy that wrote that, Randy Rogel, had to audition to be a writer for the show, and that song was his audition piece. He also said that he had about 2 weeks to learn the song before he started recording it. To this day, he can sing it, and he did with some of the audience along with him. It was pretty impressive. That's all I have for today. Keep up the great work. Thoughts and prayers and shit, Alex.
Interesting. I've seen that guy interviewed before.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody?
There's a lot of cartoons. These are a lot of big characters here when you look at if these are, I'm assuming
Dude,
these
those
are,
voice guys are, I'm telling you, they're amazing. Those ones that can do all 100 voices like that, that's so
who's the guy on
impressive.
The
to me.
Simpsons that
Well, there's Hank Azaria. There's who's the other one?
Castellaneta.
Dan
Yeah, he does a
Castellaneta.
shit ton.
Well, what about the guy who left or was going to leave? It was a big thing last year. You guys
Yeah, who's
got
the
all
other
pissed
one?
off.
That was Hank Azaria.
No, it wasn't Hank.
You were flipping out. It was
Yeah,
one
it
of those
wasn't.
times I had to yell at you to shut the fuck up about The Simpsons.
Yeah,
It was
the
the
one
guy.
that
It was
does,
the guy from Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Come on, gentlemen. You're the biggest Simpsons nerd ever. Who is he?
I don't remember the
guy that
name.
voices Mr. Burns.
Yeah, he does like everything.
Yeah. Simpson.
Nothing. Nothing.
It'll come to me. God damn it.
Harry Shearer.
Harry Shearer.
Yeah, there you go.
Shit. Yes, Harry Shearer's threatened to leave a few times.
What?
You have to what?
I'm looking for Mr. Smithers. First name Whalen. Oh, is my face red? I'm not a baby who needs a nursemaid to burp me.
My all-time favorite.
Oh, me sorry, me no speaky Chinese.
That's all we have, Mike. Let's save the rest for tomorrow.
I'll have my lunch now.
Is there something about a dodo?
Dodo egg, yes. He wants one thing of what was it? Wheat. What does he say? And a dodo egg.
I can't remember the quote, but
anyway. Extra cheese.
There we go.
Extra cheese? What do you take me for? Lorenzo de Medici? Now we're ordering out. What would you like in your pizza pie?
I'll have extra cheese. Extra cheese. Anyway.
Save the rest for tomorrow.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging with the show, supporting the show, using the Amazon link.
Amazon.
There's very little that you can get or can't get at Amazon, so continue to use that and use our sponsors. Call Merck, call Zott, call all of them. David Helm, use them. With that, we will call it a day. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.